There's a phone call you keep not making, a workout you keep pushing to tomorrow, a conversation you keep swallowing. You know exactly what it is, you just haven't said it out loud yet. This morning you probably chose the couch over the cold, the scroll over the start, the version of today that asked nothing of you. It felt fine in the moment. It always does. What feels like recovery is often just erosion in slow motion. Every day you choose comfort over friction. Something in you quietly gets a little softer, a little smaller, a little easier to ignore. Look at how much of your day is spent optimizing for ease. The shortest route, the softest chair, the app that skips the boring part. You've gotten remarkably good at avoiding friction. You tell yourself you're too tired for the gym, too busy for the hard conversation, too drained for the project that scares you. But you had energy for 3 hours of video last night. It's the business idea still sitting in your notes app. It's the degree half finished. It's the apology you rehearsed but never delivered. Tomorrow has quietly become your favorite excuse. The job that doesn't challenge you but pays enough. The relationship that doesn't ask much but doesn't give much either. Piece by piece, you optimize for a life with nothing pushing back. This isn't failure. It's a strategy that's succeeding exactly as designed. Every comfortable choice delivers a small, real relief, which is precisely why you keep making it. The capacity to sit with discomfort, to push through resistance, to do the hard thing anyway, that's a muscle. And muscles you don't use don't stay neutral, they atrophy. For most of human history, comfort was rare and dangerous to ignore. A warm fire, a full stomach, a safe place to sleep meant survival. Your nervous system still treats ease as the goal. The problem is that world is gone. Food, entertainment, validation, distraction, all of it is now available instantly, endlessly, for almost no effort. Your ancient wiring wasn't built for infinite ease. Somewhere along the way, you learned to treat any friction as a signal to stop. A racing heart before a hard talk, sore legs after a hard week, the ache of not knowing. Your body reads all of it as danger. Nobody sat you down and explained that some discomfort is injury and some is just growth, asking for a minute of your attention. So, you treat them the same and you retreat from both. Streaming, food delivery, algorithmic feeds. Entire industries are built to make the easy choice one tap away and the hard choice feel unnecessary. You're not just fighting instinct, you're fighting design. Nobody chooses decline in one dramatic moment. You choose it in 1,000 small ones. The snooze button, the skip call, the good enough draft, each one completely reasonable on its own. The first week of doing the hard thing instead of the easy one feels worse, not better. You're not weak for noticing that. You're accurately sensing the cost before the return arrives. As long as you never tried, you got to believe you might have succeeded. The moment you actually push, you risk finding out you're not as capable as you hoped. That's a real loss to grieve. The friends who bonded with you over shared avoidance, the family used to you staying small. Some of them will feel your effort as a quiet accusation. That friction is real, and it's not in your head. Nobody claps for the fourth gym session this week, or the 20th page of a manuscript nobody's read yet. The middle of hard work is almost completely silent, and silence feels like failure even when it isn't. You'll have the hard conversation, finish the hard workout, send the scary email, and instead of triumph, you'll just feel tired. That flat feeling is normal. It doesn't mean it didn't count. A month into the harder path, your brain will start arguing for a break that's really a retreat. It will sound completely reasonable. It will use the word balance. It will be lying a little. Early on, a sore body and an injured one feel almost identical. A hard conversation and a genuinely toxic one can feel the same in your chest. Learning to tell them apart takes real reps, not a rule of thumb. You cannot white knuckle your way through every hard choice for months on end. That well runs dry by Wednesday. Anyone relying purely on willpower is one bad week from quitting entirely. You'll do the difficult thing for 2 weeks and see nothing change. Not your body, not your bank account, not your relationships. The gap between effort and evidence is where almost everyone quits. Tomorrow you'll have to make the hard choice again, with no guarantee it's working, based only on the fact that you decided this mattered. That's not motivation, that's closer to faith. If you've been the easy one, the agreeable one, the one who never pushed back, growing out of that role will unsettle dynamics that depended on you staying exactly as you were. There's a quieter, easier version of your life you're walking away from, and some part of you will miss it, even while you're glad to be leaving. Both feelings are allowed to sit in the same chest. Flip the framing you've been using. The easy day isn't the price you've earned, it's the payment you're making, and what you're buying with it is a smaller future self. There's a real difference between suffering that happens to you and difficulty you walk into on purpose. The second kind, a hard workout, a hard conversation, a hard project, is how you actually get stronger. You don't need one dramatic overhaul, you need one slightly harder choice today. And then the same one again tomorrow, until the pattern is just how you live rather than something you're forcing. This was never about eliminating comfort. The rest is real and necessary. It's about expanding what you can handle without flinching. So more of life fits inside what feels manageable. You can't control whether the hard thing pays off this week. You can control whether you did it. Judge yourself on that, and the results will eventually take care of themselves. In the moment, comfort always wins the vote. So stop voting in the moment. Ask what the version of you a year from now would want you to choose right now. The nervous, uneasy feeling before the hard thing isn't a red light. It's usually a sign you're finally aiming at something that matters. Treat it as a compass, not a wall. Rest after real effort restores you. Rest instead of effort just numbs you. Same couch, same blanket, completely different function depending on what you did before you sat down. Waiting to feel ready is how years disappear. Set a simple standing rule. One hard thing before one easy thing every day, and let the rule do the deciding instead of your mood. Count how many of those days had one deliberately hard, uncomfortable, growth shaped choice in them. Be honest. This isn't about guilt, it's just about finally seeing the pattern clearly. The hard thing there isn't grand. It's one honest conversation you've been avoiding because keeping the peace felt easier than telling the truth. That avoidance has a cost you're already paying. It's still undeveloped not because you lack talent, but because you've never given it an uncomfortable, unglamorous, unrewarded hour on a random Tuesday. That's the actual price of competence. It isn't a mystery, it's the sum of thousands of small, comfortable choices. And it can just as easily become the sum of thousands of small, uncomfortable ones instead. It's comfortable precisely because it no longer asks anything difficult of you. And that comfort is the reason your growth there stalled 2 years ago without you noticing. Whoever is watching you day to day is absorbing your relationship with difficulty far more than they're absorbing anything you say about it. What you model becomes their default. You don't need a new identity or a new city. You need to notice the next small moment where comfort and growth split into two different roads and take the harder one. Sit with that question honestly for a second without the excuse ready to go. Name the actual thing, not the tired version, the real one. Every day you don't choose the harder path, you're still choosing. You're just choosing the version of your life that asks nothing of you. That's not safety, that's just quiet cost. Not next Monday, not after you feel ready. Today, one uncomfortable overdue thing. If this puts something loose in you, follow for the next one because this only works if you keep choosing it.